So every year, every football content creator tries to do the same thing and always has one thing in common. They always use the same old intro. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to use the same old intro. Here we go. Every year, every content creator that is interested in football tries to predict the Premier League table. And one thing's in common. No one can ever get it spot on. Apart from me, I am going to get this Premier League predictions spot on. If you do agree with my Premier League predictions, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Without any further ado, let's get into the Premier League predictions. So on your screen, bang, right here, you can see the Premier League table. The three teams that I believe are going to get relegated. In 20th position, Brighton and Hove Albion. I don't think they're strong enough. They only just survived last season, and with letting Chris Hughton go, it could prove to be a massive risk and a massive mistake. And personally, I think it will be a massive mistake, and I do think Brighton will finish in 20th position. It's very windy outside. In 19th position on the screen, as you can see, I think Sheffield United are also going to get relegated, finishing in 19th position. Now, recently they have made a couple of decent signings, but I just don't think that they have the quality to compete in the Premier League and to stay up in the Premier League. A couple of weeks ago, everyone was saying Sheffield United, last, 20th, destined for last. But recently they've made a couple of good signings, they've splashed a little bit of money, and they've strengthened their squad. But I don't believe it's going to be a good enough squad to stay up in the Premier League with this many good teams. The Premier League, I think, could be stronger than ever now. We got teams looking to break into the top 6. We got relegation candidates of previous years looking to climb the table. So I think the Premier League is stronger than ever, and I do think Sheffield United will struggle to stay up, and I do think they will finish in 19th position. In 18th, I'm going to go with Norwich City. I'm going to go with Norwich City because, again, they've come up from the Championship and they haven't spent as much money as other clubs. It might not have been available to them, but they just haven't spent it. And I think, unfortunately, this is just the way that the Premier League is now. You have to spend money to compete. I hope I get proven wrong with that statement. I hope when I react to these Premier League predictions at the end of the season, I hope I can sit here, play that clip back, put a funny filter over my face, and either Norwich or Sheffield United have stayed up, having not spent much money at all, and I will look like a complete mug. But I don't think that'll be the case. I do think Norwich will go down because they haven't strengthened that much. They did win the Championship. I don't know why I struggled to say Championship there. They did win the Championship, but I don't think they will have a strong enough squad to compete, to stay up in the Premier League. So those are the bottom three. Those are the three teams that I believe are going to get relegated. Brighton, Sheffield United, and Norwich. Now I'm going to do this quickly. Snappy. I don't want to waste all your time on this wonderful evening. 17th to 10th on the screen now. You see Southampton, Aston Villa, Burnley, Newcastle in 14th, Palace in 13th, Watford in 11th, and Bournemouth in 12th. I don't know why I did that in that order, because I'm a pretty good YouTuber. A couple of interesting ones here. Aston Villa, I do think they'll stay up, but only just. There's a mixed opinion with Aston Villa, and I've sort of gone smack bang in the middle. Most people think they're going to do last year's Fulham, do what Fulham did last year, sign a whole lot of players and not get them to gel, no Premier League experience, and they're going to struggle. On the other side of that, people think they're going to do very well, mainly Villa fans, I might add. Mainly Villa fans think they're going to do really well, push up to 7th, 8th. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think that's going to happen at all. I think they will struggle, but I think they'll just stay up because they have invested, and if they are struggling in January, I think they will invest again. So 16th is going to be Aston Villa. Newcastle in 14th. Last week I would have tipped them to go down, but they've made a couple of good signings now. just depends on how Steve Bruce does. I'm taking a massive risk by putting them 14th. If Steve Bruce does a bad job, then I'm going to look an absolute fool. If he does a decent job with these decent signings coming into the club, then my prediction could be right. So I think Newcastle are going to come 14th. I think Steve Bruce, decent experience, well, good experience, but not really in the Premier League. Decent Premier League experience, and yeah, they've made some good signings. Jolinton is a really good signing, good striker who I think will do well in the Premier League. He is young, he's still quite a bit inexperienced, played in the Bundesliga for Hoffenheim, I do believe, and did well there, and is looking good for the future. But is he what Newcastle needs now? They've lost Perez, they've lost Rondon. Is he what Newcastle needs right this second? I'm not sure. It'll be interesting to see how he does. Let me know in the comments how you think Newcastle are going to do. Into the top 10 now. We're going to go 10th to 7th on your screen now. 10th, Everton. A lot of people saying and backing Everton to push up and actually finish 7th or maybe even in the top 6. I don't think they will. Yes, Moise Kean is a very good signing and a very, very good player, but I don't think they have strengthened their squad elsewhere to be that high up the table. So I've put Everton in 10th. West Ham I've put in 9th. Good squad, good signings with Sebastian Haller and Pablo Fornals. But again, I don't think... Well, West Ham's one of these. Depends on how their players play. Because they've got some amazing players. Felipe Anderson, Issa Diop. If those guys play well, if their players play well, West Ham could finish in 7th. Maybe even break into the top 6. But for West Ham, it's just about consistency. Last season, they were so inconsistent. And all of their good players, their first team players were so inconsistent. So if West Ham can get consistency with their first team, I think they'll finish quite high. But I just don't think they'll be able to. Sebastian Haller, good player, but is he going to make that much of an impact on West Ham? It'll be interesting to see. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section as well. So 9th West Ham, 8th and 7th were a toss-up, but this man behind me has taken it. 7th, I do believe, is going to be Wolverhampton Wanderers, my team. You might say this is biased. I don't care, because I actually do think we will do it again. A lot of people saying Europa League will throw us off. Yes, it might, but we do have a tough run to even get into the Europa League. I actually don't think it will affect us that much, or as much as people are thinking. I might, again, reacting to my Premier League predictions might be a funny video at the end of the season, because I might be completely wrong. But I just don't think it'll have that much of an effect on us. You know, we've got a lot of good young players who will play in the Europa League. We're going to have that solid spine, that solid team to play in the Premier League week in, week out. And I think we'll just pip Leicester to it. They've got a decent squad, Leicester. They made some good signings, but loss of Harry Maguire, their main centre-back, their big boy centre-back. How is it going to affect them? That's what I'm interested to see. Into the top 6 now. We got the same top 6 as last season, but just in a different order. Here we go. 6th, I'm going to go with Chelsea. Frank Lampard, inexperienced manager, transfer ban. Personally, I don't think it's looking very good for Chelsea, but that might be switched around because the players might want to prove themselves to Frank Lampard, the new manager. Transfer ban, players might take more responsibility and play better for Chelsea. 5th, Manchester United. Again, it's the same with Chelsea. Inexperienced manager in Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Had a bit of momentum last season when he came in, but didn't really. They tailed off towards the end of the season, let's be honest. If they can keep Paul Pogba, I think they'll finish 5th. If they don't keep Paul Pogba, I think they'll finish 6th. But I'm going to go Chelsea 6th, Manchester United 5th. Top 4th, I'm going to go with Arsenal. Good signing in Nicolas Pepe, but their defence is still so poor, and they desperately need some new defenders. If they can get that over the line, get some of them in before the end of the transfer window, that'll be interesting to see. 3rd, I'm going to go with Tottenham Hotspur. Excellent season last season, I think they will kick on this season, but I just think the top 2 are so good. I don't think they will come close to the top 2. Now, talking of the top 2, there's only 2 teams remaining. Who do you guys think I'm going to put in first and in second? Well, I can reveal it to you now. Liverpool to finish second. Manchester City to win the league again. This is purely because Manchester City are just so good. They are just so good. And on top of that, Liverpool didn't win the league last season. They were able to challenge Man City, but at the end, they just weren't good enough to beat Man City to win in the league. And obviously, City won the league. And Liverpool haven't made any signings, really. They've made 2 signings, I think. One youngster and another lad. I don't know. I don't keep up with Liverpool transfers. But they haven't made many signings. They haven't improved their squad that much. Let Simon Mignolet go. Had a poor pre-season. So I do think Manchester City will win the Premier League, because the signings they've made, they're just replacing their mainstay players with future talent, such as Rodri, replacing Fernandinho. I still think Manchester City will win the league. So there you see it, the full Premier League table for my Premier League predictions. Let me know your thoughts on my Premier League predictions. Let me know your Premier League predictions down in the comment section below. Make sure to follow me on all the socials. Links are in the description. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. We're now going to be talking football almost every video. This is going to become more of a football channel. So if you do like football, which I'm assuming you do because you clicked on this video, make sure to subscribe. This is the place for you to be. But without any further ado, thanks for watching. Have a very nice rest of your day whenever you're watching this. And goodbye.
She wants to be my one. That girl, she wants me to. I just wanna be free. I just wanna do me. I just wanna do me. And then feelings enter the mix. I like you, but I'll never admit no. Feelings enter the mix. I like you more than you ever know. More than you ever know.